Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
It is what we do. Good morning. Nonstop news starts right now. We are the only TV station in town that is commercial free all the way up to the top of the hour. So between now and 7 a.m., no commercials guaranteed.
We have you covered this morning, including a look at traffic with Joy and a look at your weather with Jeannette. Good morning, Jeannette.
Good morning. It is August, the start of fall right around the corner, and we're going to be getting less and less daylight hours as the weeks go on. Sunset today at 8:22 this evening. In 3 weeks, the sun sets closer to 8 p.m. In 6 weeks, by the middle of September, sunset closer to 7:30. In 9 weeks, by early October, the sun goes down just after 7 in the evening. Spring, or I should say fall, officially begins on Monday, September 22nd. Daylight saving time ends on November 2nd. By then, clocks fall back 1 hour. Sunrise this morning at 6:57. Live look outside. Raul Beat Rodriguez Law Weather Camera. It is 77 with a few clouds over the city. Feels like it's 78. The air is a little more saturated this morning, so we have more cloud cover, and due to that, temperatures are not quite as low as they were yesterday morning, but comfortable. Mid to upper 70s between 7 and 8, and then we climb into the 80s at noon. We'll be up to near 90. This afternoon, I do believe we'll get up to 98, so similar to yesterday. We'll check out where the rain chances will be over the next couple of days and talking some hotter temperatures as well. I'll have your full forecast coming up in under 10 minutes.
All right, live look outside here this morning. This is what it looks like from the ground if you are going to be driving through those construction closures in the northbound lanes of I-35 downtown. We have photojournalist David Mendoza in road cam bringing us this live picture. Let's check in with him now. David, good morning.
Hello and good morning. Hey, first of all, these guys are hard at work over here. They're really working hard with their jackhammers and getting all these joints cleaned up over here on 35 North. So it's taken me about 10 minutes from Theo Avenue to get to this point. So below 90 up to the Y, about 10-minute wait time just to get through that area. I'm going to continue throughout the city and let you know what else I see. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you for that. Thank you for sitting in it so the rest of us don't have to. Here's the area he's talking about. As I mentioned, I-35 northbound at South Alamo Street, that line of traffic now stretching all the way past Highway 90 this morning. Here's another live look in that same area. This is what David was just driving through. This is just a view from our friends over at TransGuide. We'll continue to check in, but for now, that's the latest with their on-time traffic.
All right, Joy, thank you. The Silver Mountain fire is getting close to full containment, but it has already damaged about 300 acres there in far southern Bexar County.
News 4 San Antonio's Tawny Davis is live right now near that burning brush fire. Good morning, Tawny, and where are we at with containment?
Good morning. We're here along Applewhite Road, and if you take a look over to my right here, you can still see that there are still little small flames blazing. We did see that tree out in the distance out there get completely engulfed, and it has now toppled over. We haven't seen it grow, but it's still out there, and the smell of smoke is still very prominent out here. There's a slight haze, but in terms of containment, we're about between 70, 75 last I was able to check from the Texas A&M Forest Services. Thankfully, no one has been hurt and no homes have been damaged, but if you take a look at this video, exclusive video from our Texas Ford dealer Sky 4, you can see how quickly the fire spread and how big it got at one point. Initially, it was a controlled burn, but it completely blew out of control and started spreading towards nearby homes and cars. Residents in the area describe seeing the flames rising in the nearby Toyota plant and some smoke still billowing, and helicopters dropping buckets of water just trying to contain that fire as best they could. And Representative John Lujan, who represents that district, is actually from the area. He came down to see how he can help, but he was actually grateful for the emergency response.
This is scary for a lot of people out here, and this is evidence of putting into practice what the fire department trains all the time to do. And you know, I'm a retired San Antonio firefighter. I was a firefighter for 25 years, and I know that this is what they train to do, and they enjoy serving the public.
Now, crews are still working to contain this fire. Again, we're keeping an eye on this. We haven't seen it grow, but that smell of smoke is still out here. We're going to get those updates from the fire marshals out here and update you on air and online. For now, reporting live, I'm Tawny Davis. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Tawny. Continuing coverage on the Texas exodus, Governor Greg Abbott is taking legal action against a Democratic representative who's left the state. Abbott has filed a lawsuit with the Texas Supreme Court asking for the removal of State Representative Gene Wu. He's out of Houston. He describes Wu as the ringleader of the coordinated effort to stall state business. He's now asking the court to act quickly with a response deadline set for this Friday.
So the head of the Democratic National Committee is standing behind State Representative Wu. In a statement, DNC Chair Ken Martin says that Representative Gene Wu and the Texas Democrats are performing their duties as elected officials by standing up for the rights of Texans to have free and fair elections. He goes on to say the DNC stands ready to defend democracy in Texas and across the country.
In the Allen at the live desk, well, following up on that story, the redistricting fight is spreading across the state, and now a large civil rights group in Texas is stepping in. The Next Generation Action Network is protesting the redrawing of the maps proposal today in Dallas. The group is known for leading civil and human rights efforts across the region. Organizers say they are planning to hold a press conference in Town Hall today to inform the public, unify community voices, and lay out the next steps for civic action and organized resistance. Some state representatives will also be at tonight's town hall in Dallas. That is the latest from the live desk.
Well, around San Antonio, funding for a new Spurs arena will now be on the November ballot. Bexar County commissioners say voters will decide whether to use $300 million from the county's hotel occupancy tax to help pay for part of the arena. Some of that money would also be used to improve the Frost Bank Center and the Freeman Coliseum grounds.
This morning, there is backlash after video of the DWI booking of Councilwoman Evelise Meza Gonzalez found its way to social media. The mayor says the video was leaked. She wants County Judge Peter Sakai to investigate how it got out, but he says the video was never made private. Under Texas law, courtroom proceedings need to be live streamed and have been since 2020. We asked the mayor if she would try to block the release of other video related to the councilwoman's arrest. She nor her office has responded to those questions.
Services are set to honor the life and legacy of Flaco Jimenez. Jimenez died last Thursday at the age of 86. His family is inviting the public to help celebrate his career and legacy. It's happening tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the Carver Community Cultural Center. We'll start with a prayer service and end with a musical tribute.
The U.S. Senate could be closer to removing the remains of a convicted rapist and suspected serial killer from Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery. Senators Ted Cruz and John Cornyn have passed a bill to Fernando Cotto disinterred. A family member of one of the victims is pushing for all of this. Now, Cotto spent 20 years in prison for sexually assaulting a nurse in 1975. Then, when he got out, he killed himself at a traffic stop because police had stopped him. Police then found the body of a missing woman inside of a vehicle. He is suspected of killing at least 6 women.
New details after a domestic dispute leads to a standoff on the city's east side. Now, police arrested this man, Jimmy Lee Montes, that's him right there, at a house on Longview Drive near South W.W. White Road. An arrest report says Montes assaulted his common-law wife, pointed a gun at her, then fired bullets on the ground near her. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
And this morning, we are working to find out more information about a man who drowned in a community pool in East Bexar County. This was on Abbott Place near I-10. The only thing that we know for sure, Sheriff's Office says there are no signs of foul play. We don't have the name of the victim, but Bexar County deputies did tell us he was 35 years old.
Well, it's been nearly 2 months since flash flooding took the lives of 13 people here in San Antonio. Now city leaders are rolling out a safety upgrade aimed at preventing that kind of tragedy from happening again. County commissioners just approved a high-tech flood warning system called Next Gen. It's a collaboration between the county and the city of San Antonio, as well as the San Antonio River Authority. The idea is to use predictive tools like rain gauges and radar at low water crossings to alert drivers and emergency crews faster.
The River Authority laid out its vision for this next generation warning system at all the low water crossings across the city and the county. And we agreed 100% that this is the direction we need to go.
Again, Bexar County commissioners approved this yesterday. River Authority officials estimate the project will cost around $21 million and will take about 2 years to finish.
Across America, 4 people died in a medical plane crash in northern Arizona. Officials say that small plane left Albuquerque with 2 pilots and 2 healthcare providers. It was on its way to Arizona to pick up a patient at the Federal Indian Health Service Hospital when it crashed. The FAA and National Transportation Safety Board are investigating.
Nearly 24 people in Florida are recovering after drinking raw milk. The state's health department didn't name the milk producer, but says the raw milk came from the same farm. 7 people went to the hospital. Keep in mind, raw milk isn't heated or pasteurized to kill harmful bacteria such as Salmonella or E. coli. The state of Florida allows farms to sell it as long as it's labeled as pet or animal food.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette.
Let's start with the tropics, talking the Atlantic Basin. There is now a weak area of low pressure that has developed off the U.S. southeast coast. And here is the development zone. The National Hurricane Center is giving this a 40% chance of tropical development in the next week. It looks like it's going to hug the eastern seaboard, and this bears watching. Although the chance is moderate right now, that could change. Conditions could become a little more conducive for further development. Regardless, it looks like higher than normal waves and more numerous rip currents expected along the beaches there of the East Coast. Elsewhere in the Atlantic, we have this tropical wave, still seeing a very disorganized area of showers and thunderstorms from that. This is the development zone from that feature. This will continue to move to the west and northwest. That too has a moderate chance of tropical development. There is Dexter. It's a tropical storm, and that is continuing over the open waters of the northern Atlantic Ocean. High pressure here is going to help to keep any chance for rain confined to the coast. It'll gradually continue to shift farther to the east. As it does, not only will it bring dry weather, keeping any big storm from entering the state, but it's also going to bring in slightly hotter days. We'll be closer to 100 degrees, if not slightly over, tomorrow, Friday, including Saturday. Today, similar to yesterday, upper 90s, about 98, 99 in town, over 100 from Eagle Pass to Carrizo Springs and Cotulla. Low to mid 90s for Rock Springs, Kerrville, and Bernie. That's the western hill country. And from New Braunfels to the eastern zone, look for highs in the mid to upper 90s. So not terribly hot. Temperatures not too far off from where they should be this time of the year. With that area of high pressure, you can see it is dry across New Mexico, including West Texas. That has shut off any monsoon moisture from moving across West Texas and the desert Southwest. But along the coast, some isolated showers are firing up, and that activity will be on and off throughout the day. There is a cold front that's helping to produce storms, strong storms across Iowa this morning. The storms will move to the east and southeast as the front pushes farther east. Now that front's not coming this far south. This afternoon, you may notice a few more clouds with a shower or two across the east. Tomorrow in the morning, it'll be mostly clear. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny. And then late tomorrow afternoon, a few more clouds with a shower continuing in our eastern zone. Quiet summer August morning this morning. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s through 8 to low 80s at 9. At noon, near 90. And then we'll climb to the upper 90s. I do believe we'll get closer to 100 degrees as high pressure comes closer to the area for a few days, and then we'll be back to the upper 90s starting on Sunday. 10% rain chance as Gulf moisture returns for Sunday and Monday. Here's a quick look at the extended forecast for the other 3 zones. Pretty uneventful here. One more here is the extended for the eastern zone.
All right, seeing that delay here downtown, it is rising. This is going to be the northbound lanes of I-35 as you're approaching South Alamo Street. That was a live picture you're looking at there. Photojournalist David Mendoza drove through there not too long ago. He says it took him about 10 minutes. Current estimate since then has now gone up to about 10 to 15 minutes, so still rising through that area. Let's check in again with photojournalist David Mendoza now. He is still live from Road Camp. David, good morning.
Hello, good morning. I'm on the east side, 10 westbound and MLK. Nothing crazy over here. It's downtown. You got to look out for 35 north, 90 east, 90 west. It's kind of slow in that area. Be aware. Drive safe and have a fantastic Wednesday. Back to you.
All right, David, have a fantastic Wednesday. That's the latest with your on-time traffic.
Emma Allen at the live desk. A Texas woman is finally getting her jackpot after a major fight with the state of Texas. Kristen Moriarty won $83.5 million playing the lottery, but when she tried to claim her prize, the Texas Lottery Commission refused to pay. Well, she used a third-party service to buy the ticket after the rules had quietly changed. So Moriarty took the commission to court, and 6 months later, a judge ruled in her favor. And now, after a long legal battle, she's finally getting paid. That is the latest from the live desk.
Nice, good for her.
I wonder how much she had to pay for her legal fees.
A lot less than what she got. Emma, thank you. Some good news this morning. A bear in Wisconsin has been rescued after traveling 50 miles over a 12-day span, all with a jar stuck on its head. This is, County officials have been tracking that bear since late July. They were finally able to make contact after it turned up at a family's cabin. That is frightening for the family. The family followed the bear from a safe distance while calling for help.
12 days for a bear without food and not much water it's impressive for the bear for sure. So to be a part of its resolution was really maybe not exciting, but it was definitely something that I think we can at least be happy we were there for.
Yeah, it's unclear how long the jar was stuck on its head. Conservation officers say the bear had no injuries, only weighed about 70 pounds compared to the 150 that it normally weighs for its age. So yeah, you're right, it's a baby bear. No food for 12 days?
Oh my, that's the thing. You hear about these stories like this because they're rummaging through garbage.
Yeah.
Or like the raccoons with the yogurt.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll see you at noon.